Hi, this is the Angelfish God here with another video, my second one. I just fed my fish a couple minutes ago, and I put in a wafer for my corridors, and they've just been eating it up. Like they have been. That's almost gone actually. It is. Let's look at them. That this is the first time they've actually done it. That they will peck at it. They will, but they don't normally like go this mad over it. So my corridors haven't really had a chance really to have any. Like a couple of them have had a little bit of a bite. See right there, it's having like a tiny little bit. Then this guy comes in. The yellow one, the full yellow, is actually normally the one that takes it. That he'll actually pick it up in his mouth and carry it around. But it seems like all of the mollies in here have decided to take it and eat it for themselves. Which this is the first time I've done it. That normally it's only the yellow molly, and then sometimes my angelfish will go for it as well, but they don't normally. And also I cleaned my fish tank today. It's a lot cleaner, the sides, like the algae on the tank, but there's still some spots that could be better. But I didn't actually like clean it. Well, I did, but I'd help with it, and they didn't do that good of a job actually cleaning the sides at the front. It's not that visible now, but there's quite like a lot of algae on there. You can't really see it though. But normally my angelfish here will eat it. They will, and then there's just that big yellow guy there. You might see this because he's a molly. You might be thinking that's a big molly because there is something wrong with it, but I have no idea. But it doesn't seem to be affecting it or my tank at all. So if you know what it is, you can put what's wrong with it. But it hasn't been pooping out any white poop or anything like that. The only thing I could say is wrong with it, maybe it has a fungal infection perhaps, but it's been like that for a while. Or maybe it could have a parasite, I suppose, but it hasn't been pooping white. So I'm not sure what's actually wrong with it. But it seems to be fine. It has a really good appetite. It's very active. It's just really like fat pretty much. And it's just like white things. And I actually noticed something that sort of got like a red, like it got bit. It could have gotten bit by my angelfish because they have the black one, the marble one, did lay eggs a couple days ago. So they've been quite aggressive a lot more lately. Both of them have on that plant, which was floating up here. But because I cleaned my fish tank, I sorted it out and weighted it with 2 weights and sort of buried it. It's pretty much buried on this side, but not really on the other side, because I couldn't really get like enough rocks on here. I hope they will pair up, my angelfish, because they're not actually a pair. That the eggs this one laid actually disappeared overnight. They got eaten. So they were not a pair because this guy probably ate it. Probably some of these might have, but they weren't really going near them during the day. So this guy was just like lurking around the area, trying to get his way in there to eat them. And like if angelfish, if they're a pair and they do lay eggs, they won't eat them. See, he's going after the wafer just there. That they do normally, but not that much. They'll just have like one peck at it, but normally they won't eat the eggs until they get to like wiggler stage or free swimming. That's normally when they will start to eat the eggs. But this guy was just trying to eat them. That he has got some nips in his fins. There. He has got a damaged front fin right there. But it's actually on the other side. It's been like that for a while. I was kind of worried about it because I noticed that he wasn't using it. I was like, oh no, he's not using that fin, and I know it has a bite on it. So I was kind of worried that maybe he has like a fungal infection or something. But he's using it now. I think it might have just been a one type thing. And he only did it for a little while, and he's just been using it the entire time. So it might have just been him resting it because it's hurt or something like that. It seems to be completely fine, which I'm happy, because I like this guy, to be honest. but I like this one because he has a lot better fins and nicer colours. He does than the other one, in my opinion. Some people might think it's nicer, but he's supposed to be a marble, but he hasn't really got like that many colours on him. He's mostly black. But I like this one better because he's bigger and has a bit nicer colours on him. But even though I clean it, there's a lot of stuff still floating around in my tank. This is why I wanted to clean it. I only did like when I cleaned it, I only did like 1 bucket full of water, so I didn't do a lot. Because the person that was helping me, didn't really want to do too much, so I only did like 1 bucket. But I did clean it pretty well, as well as I could, because I used a lot smaller vacuum. I did, and I like stirred up the gravel to try and get most of it out and stuff like that. So I got quite. It's a lot cleaner, but like not as clean as I would like it, though. That's what's been like going on here. My other female one here, that's not the female. It's probably that hiding or eating nothing. I think we'll be getting pregnant again soon. The black and yellow one, because she has been. Oh, she was right there. It's went past. Has had babies actually a couple weeks ago, which are in this net right here. And because she's a breeding pair, because I've got 1 female and 4 males, and those are one of the 2 males is chasing each other. So I'm not exactly sure which one she paired up with though, because I have like a runt in here. That one's the runt, and I have like the 2 bigger ones that are there, and there's the female chewing on that bit there, right there. So it might be the runt though, because that seemed to be the one that was following in around the most, but it seemed to be all good though. The corridors are fine. They are. They've been doing this thing where they have been, like the male has just been shimmering, like sort of, like not swimming, but like moving his fins a lot, like sort of wiggling himself. And I'm not sure why. I'm thinking it might be because they're trying to mate with the female, but I don't know because I've never heard of it before. So if anyone knows, you can tell in the comments. But I like to clean this plant a bit more because there's still a lot of algae on the leaves, and I'd like to change it because I like the leaves to get quite big, because a lot of them are quite small right now. I'd like them to get a lot bigger. My main goal would be to breed angelfish, but I only have like 1 female, which is that black one, and I have not got a breeding pair. So unless these 2 pair up, because as in my video, this guy is quite young still, so he might just be inexperienced. Because I had him here when he was like penny sized. I did, so still quite young. But everything's going okay. It's just a lot of. I had 2 more baby fish die today though, and I actually have fed one to them. And they weren't actually that. They were curious. They weren't really eating it. They were sort of watching it, and then this guy here ate it eventually. They did, but this guy wasn't that. They weren't like that too interested because they've never really been fed a baby fish before. So I reckon if I did like let them out, I don't think they would actually eat them. They might, but they might not, because I don't think they know it's a food source. But this guy would, because like they wouldn't eat it straight away, but they would eventually. But they probably, or maybe 1 or 2, they're in because of this new plant I put in, and also this down here, which they can swim into and go into and hide out in there. But they probably end up starving to death though, because like no food's gonna get in there, so they probably would all end up dying, which wouldn't be very good. And also these other guys would eat them because they can fit into like the bush parts and things like that. they can if they really wanted to get in there. Just doing a little update. Everything's going good. I wanted to film cleaning my tank, but I decided not to, because I could do it any time. It's just didn't really think about like how am I gonna do it and things like that still, because I do need to have. I'll probably do a video on it when these guys are out of there, because it's kind of difficult to do it, because I need someone literally just to help me, just to like hold these guys up to keep them in the water, because when I take the water out the water level, because it's attached on the top here with these hooks, so when the level comes down there's not as much water in this net and they're trapped in it, so they end up like drowning. So I literally need someone to like hold the net as the water goes down. I do, but this is the shrimp I have. When we got him, we actually thought he might have been dead because he went and hid up, and also because he did shed. So he might have been like, he shed, and because my angelfish have eaten a plek before, and it wasn't like a baby plek, it was like a teenager. It was maybe like an inch long, and they actually ate it because it disappeared and I just didn't know where it went. So the likelihood of it being eaten by my angel is very likely. So, but he wasn't dead, he was hiding underneath a plant, which I was happy about because this guy was quite expensive. It was like £8 or £10, but this guy gets very big. Well, he gets reasonably big for like £8 I would say, so I say it's worth it. But he's just been hanging in this one spot, just like filter feeding. He's been really happy. He looks happy there. I was kind of hoping that he would go in there, in this plant. He just decided to hang on the back of the net here. Actually, when I was cleaning my tank today, he was still hanging on, and as the water level was dropping, he wasn't moving. So that might be a problem, because I only took out 1 bucket, but normally I take out 3 buckets. I do, so it's almost like a 50% water change, pretty much. So when I do that, I might have to like poke him a little bit, try and like get him off of it, like when this comes off, because he'll probably be like hanging on something else, perhaps. There's I have no idea what these guys are called. I'll find out and tell you next video, but I like these guys, they're really nice. If you haven't, like, these guys will swim, so if you have got like a fish, like angelfish, they'll eat like plecos and things like that. I'd recommend getting these because they do free swim and they just stick on the sides, and they're pretty small, so they don't really care about them, and they're good at cleaning the algae. And I've got 2 in here, but I wouldn't say they're the most hardiest fish, because I did have 3 of them in here and 1 of them died, so I only have 2 left. And I did actually have 2 gobies in here, but they died, so perhaps gobies aren't the best thing, because sometimes you will just get fish that just won't do well in your tank. Like I had balloon mollies and they would just die, because like I have mollies in here and I've had like different types. It's just like the one type of molly, which is the balloon molly, just doesn't do well in my tank whatsoever. It might be because they're slow swimmers, and that pretty much every fish in my tank is like a fast swimmer, so it could just be like they're slow swimmers, so maybe they got picked on, or they're stressed out, or maybe not getting enough food. Perhaps this never did that well in my tank. That's pretty much the update. I'll see you guys in the next video.